Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing? Hopefully, you're doing great. Okay, our session today is really nice. It talks about childhood, our childhood, or if you have kids, so the childhood of your kids. Okay, so what is meant by childhood? Childhood comes from the word child. Okay, child, it means just one kid. Children is the plural noun for sure, two or more. Childhood means what? Means the period of time when you were a kid, when you were young. What do we call this period? We call it childhood. We have some vocabularies related to this part, some words related to the childhood topic or issue. The first one is, what are the stages of childhood? So we are going to start with stages of childhood. So when you were born, what do we call you? We can call you infant. So infant is a noun which means baby. It's the same word. So you can say the word infant, or you can say the other synonym for it, which is baby. As an example, infants cry a lot. Infants cry a lot. So infant means like this, when you were just a baby. Okay, very good. Okay, the next word, toddler. Toddler. What does mean toddler? Toddlers means when you are between 1, 2 years old. Some people say it could be even 3, just like this. Okay, when you are 1 or 2 years, or maybe 3, as some consider. There is another word instead of toddlers. You may hear this word, the terrible twos. Twos, it means 2 years. The terrible twos, because terrible, it means um it's not easy, and it's like very bad years. Why? Because children start to move, and they start to open everything, they start to destroy everything, they start to play with anything that they have. Okay, so for some it's the terrible twos. Okay, so when her children hit the terrible twos, it means when they were toddlers between 1 to 2 years old, they were able to say little words. They were just okay when they are at this age. They just can say little words, mom, dad, water, and just some words. Okay, and then we have the word preteen. What is meant by preteen? We have taken teen before. Do you remember the word teen? I think you remember this. Yes. Preteen, it's the period of time before being a teenager or being a teen. So preteen before, okay? So it's between what? Between 9 to 13 years old. 9 to 13. So from 9 to 13 years old, before puberty. Puberty is the period of time when the girl start to be like a woman, and the kid or the boy start to be like a man. This is this period of time, or this age. Okay? Then we have the teen or teenager. We have taken this word a lot of times before. It means what? It means between the years 13 to 19. And I told you before, some people consider it till the 20 as well. Okay, so it's from 13 to 19, or from 13 to 20 years old. Okay, this is called what? This is called teen or teenager. There is another word that is equal, which is adolescent. Adolescent, it's the same word like teen or teenager, the same word, it's a synonym, adolescent. Okay, so it means between 13 to 19 years old. So these are the stages of childhood. After that, you become an adult. Okay, you are not a child anymore. Okay, we have some other words that we can have related to this topic as well, concerning the childhood. Things children do. What are the things that children are famous that they are doing all the time? When they are so young, it's like crawling. So what is meant by crawling? Crawling like this. You move forward on your hands and your knees. Okay? Most infants learn to crawl between 7 to 12 months. This is the age that most of them start to learn how to crawl. Okay? Then the other verb that is related to the childhood as well, or related to children, Tattle. What does mean tattle on someone or tattle on something? Tattle, it means to tell on someone about something done, especially causing troubles to this person. Okay, what is meant by tattling? It means, for example, if you have a kid and this kid, so let's say a man or a woman doing something, especially something wrong. So he makes what? He runs to his mother, just like this, and tell her what he saw. So this is what is meant by tattling. To go to your mother, run to your mother, and tell her everything that you saw. At the same time, this causes trouble to this person, okay? Or problems to this person. So for example, the boy tattled on his sister when she stole a pen. It means his sister is going to be punished, okay? Okay, very good. Things parents do. What are the most common things that parents used to do with kids? We have three, of course, there are more, but we have three main. Discipline. What is meant by discipline? Discipline children. What is meant by discipline? It means to teach rules to children. To teach rules to the children. So, for example, I discipline my children with timeouts. So you make what? You teach rules. Sorry. You teach your rules to your just timeouts. Timeouts mean you tell him, for example, stay here in this room for 10 minutes and don't do anything. For example, don't watch TV, don't play with the mobile and anything. So this is what is meant by discipline. Very good. Okay. It means you teach them rules. Okay. Okay. So just like this, do you see this mother? She tells her daughter what to do and what not to do. Okay. Number two, ground. You hear this word a lot in American movies. You're grounded. You're grounded. What is meant by ground or grounded? It means punished. The same word like punished. Just like this father tells his daughter, for example, you're grounded. You're grounded means you are going to stay here. You are not going to go out of the of the house. For example, if you have a party, you're not going to attend the party. If you are going to go out with your friends, no. For example, I'm not going to give you allowance money as every day and things like this. So it's a type of punishment. Grounded, it means punished, not to go out of the house. Okay. Then the word raise. We have another word. What does it mean? Raise. It means what? To teach children and to take care of them until they become adult. So what does it mean raise? To teach your children and at the same time you take care of them until what? Until when? Until they are adult, they are grown up. This means you raised them. Okay. So for example, I raised my son to respect others. Do you see this father, for example? He cares for his children. He gives them information and he gives them rules and he gives them principles in life and everything. So I raised my son to respect others. Okay, respect other people. Okay, still we have some other words related to childhood. We are going to see these words in our book. We are going to start with the word remember. I'm going to give you the words first and then we are going to look at the book, okay? Remember, what's the opposite of remember? It's forget. Okay, remember, what does mean remember? For example, you see a person and you say, I remember his face, I know his face, for example, but I forgot his name. I can't remember his name, for example. So remember, it means you remember by yourself. Okay, you start to think and then you remember this person, for example. Remind, no. Remind, it means something reminds you. Something makes you remember. So for example, we are walking in the street and I saw a picture of the sea. So I say, for example, this picture reminds me of Alex. What does mean this picture or this picture of the sea reminds me of Alex? It means when I look at this picture gives me the memory of Alex, for example, or makes me remember. So remind, it means something reminds you, or someone reminds you, but not you by yourself. Memory is the noun, okay? For example, we have memory. a huge memory. My mobile has, for example, a small memory. Okay, where you save, or where you keep things. Personal profile. What is meant by personal profile? It means the personal file. It talks about you. It talks about you as a person. Your name, your address, your email. For example, your hobbies, your interests, your education. So this is called personal profile. So if you start telling something about yourself, what can you say about yourself? We can have some information like place of birth. Place of birth, it means the place that you were born in. I was born in Cairo, for example. Date of birth. Date of birth is the time, the date I was, or the year. I was born in 1990. I am going to speak about the date, but not now, after I finish this part. Grew up in. What does mean grew up in? For example, when you were a kid, you were in Cairo, or you were in a different place and then you came to Cairo. For example, for me, I was in Alex and then I came to Cairo. So I'm gonna say what? I was born in Alex. I grew up in Alex. Okay? And then I moved to Cairo. Okay? What about your education or qualification? Education or qualification, it means you still a student, you study, or you are a graduate, you finished, or you are a postgraduate student. So again, student, it means you still study in the school. Okay? You still study in the school or in the university as well. It's okay. After you finish the university, so you are what? You are a graduate. Graduate is a noun and verb. If you are going to say it as a noun, so graduate. But if you say it as a verb, so graduate. Okay? Okay, so one more time. Again, what is meant by student? It means you still study in the school or in the university. As we said, graduate as a noun, graduate as a verb. The pronunciation is different. Do you remember present and the present? The same. The stress is different. So here it's a noun because I have a. So I'm a graduate of the Faculty of Arts. Faculty of Arts, for example. So if for example you used it as a verb, I graduated from the Faculty of Arts. Okay, so graduated and a graduate. If you finish the university and then you study again because you want to have a master, for example, so you are a postgraduate student in this case, a postgraduate student. Okay, we still have the words. We didn't finish them. When you graduate, what do you have? A graduation party where you celebrate that you finished your university time. Okay, so very good. After you finish the university, what degree you have? Pa degree or bachelor degree. So after you finish the university, for example, what do you have? Pa, as we said, bachelor degree. Bachelor degree means PA. We say as abbreviation PA. Bachelor degree means like a licence or a baccalaureate. We can say this. So I have a bachelor degree in accounting, in psychology, in English. So you say the degree. Licence or baccalaureate, for example, accounting, okay, محاسبة or psychology and so on. Okay. MA دي الدرجة الأعلى، الديجري الأعلى بقى بعد ال PA. You are a postgraduate student. You study again after the university to have what the MA. MA اللي هي master degree. I have a master degree in. لو معاك master degree هيبقى تقول I have a master degree in وهتقول الفيلد أو the study that you had a master degree in science, in business administration. طيب if you finish the MA and you study again, you have what? The PhD. PhD اللي هي Doctor of Philosophy. Doctor of Philosophy, it means what? I have a PhD degree in linguistics, for example. Okay, so it means what? It means like doctorate degree. So as we said, and if you have a diploma or something, you can use as well. I have a diploma in, let's just say, law or linguistics or anything. Major or specialization, it means, for example, if you study, let's just say what, computer, for example, or science, what's your major, what's your specialization? For example, science, it could be chemistry, it could be biology, it could be physics. So this is your major or specialization, the specialization in the study that you have. I majored in, or my specialization is chemistry. It's the same word. So what's your specialization, or what's your major? What was your major? Okay. Then we have the different schools. How can we name them? The KG. KG, what is meant by KG? The kindergarten, for example. After that, what do we have? Kindergarten when you were a kid, okay, or when you were young. Then the primary school, or the elementary school, primary, primary one, primary two, primary three, and so on until you have primary six. Then we have the prep school. We have 3 years, and then we have the high school or secondary school, 3 years as well, and then we have faculty or the university. Or if you didn't get into the university or the faculty, you can have institute or academy. Okay. Okay, so these are the stages of study. Institute, it means mahad, okay, academy, faculty, and university. Okay. Faculty of, and you say arts or law or science, faculty of whatever, you say the name, just say the name after that. Okay. Before I give you the rest of the words, I have just another word here I want to comment on. Yes, interests and hobbies. When you speak about, where is it? Do you remember this word? We said what we are talking about ourselves. You can speak about also what interests and hobbies. What are your interests? What are your hobbies? What's your hobby? What are you interested in? What is something that you like to do if you have spare time or free time? I'm interested in fashion. I like drawing, for example. Okay, very good. Now I'm going to move on. Do you remember this? I told you, date of birth. What is meant by date of birth? I was born in 1990, for example. Okay, how can I say the date in English? It's very easy and very simple. Okay, I was born in 1990, for example. When were you born? It's the timing. Or when is your birthday? It's the same. You can ask a person like this or like this. It's very easy and very simple. You can have I was born. First, we use the preposition. What's the preposition we use with dates, full dates? We use on. And then we have the month, February 20th, the day, and then the year 1990. So we say first the month, February, for example, and then the day, 20th, and then the year 1990. And what preposition do we use? On. This on if you use the full date, the whole date. Okay, if you are going to use just the month, do you remember? I was born in July. I was born in years as well, 1980. Do you remember months of the year? I don't know if we have taken them at the beginning or not, but let's revise them. What are the months of the year? They are 12 months of the year. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, it's just the first part. They are different, but the rest are easy to remember. Let's have a look at this. It's a very small. Okay, it's a video.
What is 3 plus 4? Check your
About the
answer
months
here
of the
to
years. So let's listen for this.
January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year.
Okay, so if you don't know how to pronounce them or read them, please listen to the audio or listen to this video, or you can have this on YouTube a lot until you pronounce them more. So these are the months of the year, the 12 months of the year. So if I use any month individually, I'm gonna use in, don't forget. If I'm gonna use the year, I'm gonna use in. If I'm gonna use the full date, I'm gonna use on as a preposition. Okay, again, how can I say the date of birth? How can I say my birthday? So when is your birthday, Dalia? For example, when is your birthday, Ahmed? When is your birthday, Ali? When is your birthday, Muhammad? Okay. In order to have this, don't forget. I want to show you something. We here said, if you remember the order, I said month and then the day. I said what, 20th February 20th. Do you see this? What are these numbers, guys? If you remember this, we have two types of numbers, ordinal numbers and cardinal numbers. These are two types of numbers in English. The cardinal numbers are just the regular or the normal numbers that all of us know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until the end, okay, as we said before. Ordinal numbers, it means instead of saying 1, we say first, and we abbreviate it like this, 1 and ST. We take the ST at the end, okay? Second, it's the same with 2 and ND. Third, we use 3 and then RD. From number 4 on, use the TH, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, tenth. Okay, and you see how we write them? Until you get into what? Until you get into 20th. It's TH. All of them are TH from 4 to 20. And then we start 21. We don't say 21, we say 20 what? Do you remember the word? 21st, yes. So we are going to write 21st and we are going to write this ST as a small one like this. And then we have 22nd, very good. And then we have 23rd. And then we start again 4. So 24th until we get into what? 30th, yes. And then 31st. And so on, we are going to repeat the same, like 20th, 40th, 41st, 50th, 51st, and so on. Why? Why we use ordinal numbers? When can I use them? We use ordinal numbers in dates. Her birthday is on the 29th. Okay, so we use it in dates, birthdays and dates. Okay, number 2, we use it with what also? Centuries. Shakespeare was born in the 16th century. Okay, as well. Order. My team came second in the league. Order. He is the second kid in the family. He is the first kid in the family. We don't say he is the one kid. No, he is the first kid. He is the second, he is the third, the fourth, the fifth, and so on. Floors of building. So where do you live? I live in Cairo. Okay, for example, okay, so what's your address, for example? So let's say it's Amani Street, 5 Amani Street, okay? So what floor or which floor? His office is on the 10th floor. So the number of the floor اللي هو الدور. بنقول الدور الأول، مش بنقول الدور الأول، الدور الثاني، مش الدور اثنين، لا الدور الثاني. So second, first, the third, and so on. Okay? So just you have to remember بس إن الفيرست بنقول عليها first, second, third. ومن أول number 4 بيبقى النمبرز كلها فيها TH just. 4th, 5th, 6th, and so on لغاية ما هوصل للرقم فيه 21st day. Okay? So this is how we read the dates. But again, the dates, what's the order of the dates? Month, and then the day, and then the year. We said the months again, and we said the days. How can we read the days? Okay, in preposition on, very good. What's the difference between the dates in American English and British English? What's the difference between them? So what's the difference again between American English and British English in dates? It's very simple and very easy. Have a look at these examples. In American English, we say March 7th. The month, we mentioned the month first and then the day. March 7th. حتى لو ما كتبناش ال TH, we read it. يعني حتى لو even if we don't write it, حتى لو مش مكتوبة بيبقى إيه؟ March 7th. ما ينفعش أقول March 7. لا 7th. خلاص اتفقنا. TH. طيب if you are gonna write them as numbers, بنكتب المنث الاول as well. المنث الاول اللي هو مارش اللي هو 3 وبعد كده الداي اللي هو 7 بعد كده الير. البريتش انجلش no it's not. بيكتبوا الداي الاول بعد كده المنث. طب وهقراه ازاي؟ بنقراه بقى the 7th of March. The 7th of March. Okay? We start with what? We start with the day. شوفوا بقى الديفرنس وبعد كده المنث وبعد كده الير. يعني if you are gonna read this هيبقى completely different in في الامريكان انجلش بنبتدي بالمنث. لكن في British English we start with the day. Don't forget this please. طيب we said that we use ordinal numbers. months always start with capital letters. Don't forget ان المونثs دايما بتكتب capital، يعني March okay لازم تبقى capital، ما ينفعش انها تبقى small letter. What day is this؟ ايه الداي ده؟ هتقراه ازاي بقى الداي ده؟ If it's American English، لو كان American English يبقى طبعا المونث الأول، يبقى هقراه كام؟ March 5th 2080. اوكي؟ طب لو كان British English يبقى هقراه ايه؟ يبقى ده الداي، يبقى 3rd of May. شايف المونث اتغير ازاي؟ المونث هنا كان March بقى هنا May، يبقى 3rd of May or the 3rd of May 2080. طبعا it's big difference. Okay? I said this before but I'm gonna repeat it so as not to forget. In years دايما we split it into two numbers، يعني 1984 1652 1941 2017 and so on. طبعا من 2000 ل 2010 we can say 2000 and the other number that you want to mention. So this is the difference between the dates in American English and British English. Okay, so let's do some practice on what we have said. It's book 2, guys. Book 2 on the CD. We started book 2 now. So a time to remember. Tell us about yourself, okay? Getting to know you. Many people use the internet to meet people. Here is some typical information found online or found in online personal ads. Tell us about yourself. Background, born, so the place you were born in. Grew up, if you grew up in a different place. So Dallas, Los Angeles for him, for example. Personal information or professional information. Professional information, it means education and job, if you have a job. So education, for example, college degree. College degree, it means he is having, it's the same like a university, okay? Education here, high school diploma, for example. Occupation, computer specialist. He works as a computer specialist. She works at, she doesn't work till now. So she is a college student. She is a student in the university. She is studying, okay? A college student because she finished the high school. Interests and hobbies. What are your interests and hobbies? I love to be outdoors. I enjoy skiing, swimming. I'm a good cook. She, for her, for example, she likes to go to the movies and takes long walks, and she's learning inline skating. Now, I want you to take a minute about yourself as homework. You are going to think about yourself. If you are going to tell us about the place of your birth, grow up, your education, your occupation, if you have interest and hobby, what are you going to do? What can you say? Okay, so this is your homework, guys. You are going to tell me about yourself. Tell us about yourself, okay? Okay, let's move on to the second one. Where did you learn to skate? Okay, so do you remember skating, guys? We have taken this in the sports part, okay? We are going to listen to the conversation. If you have a difficult word, you can ask, and then we are going to listen to the rest. What are two more things you learn about it? It's homework as well, okay? So let's listen first, and then we are going to complete.
Class audio program contains. This recording is copyrighted. A time to remember. Page 2. Exercise 2. Conversation. Where did you learn to skate? Part A. Listen and practice.
Oh, I'm really sorry. Are you okay?
I'm fine, but I'm not very good at this.
Neither am I. Say, are you from South America?
Yes, I am, originally. I was born in Argentina.
Did you grow up there?
Yes, I did. But my family moved here 10 years ago, when I was in junior high school.
And where did you learn to skate?
Here in the park. This is only my third time.
Well, it's my first time. Can you give me some lessons?
Sure, just follow me.
By the way, my name is Ted.
And I'm Anna. Nice to meet you.
Page 2. Exercise 2. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What are two more things you learn about Ted?
Hey, that was fun. Thanks for the lesson.
No problem. So, tell me a little about yourself. What do you do?
I work in a travel agency.
Really? What do you do there?
I'm in charge of their computers.
Oh, so you're a computer specialist.
Well, sort of. Yeah, I guess so.
That's great. Then maybe you can give me some help with a computer course I'm taking.
Oh, sure. But only if you promise to give me some more skating lessons.
It's a deal.
Okay, so now please try to answer these questions and we are going to check them later together. Now, we are going to revise past simple. Do you remember when were you born? I was born in Argentina. Were you born in Buenos Aires? Yeah, I was. No, I wasn't. I was born in Cordoba. Okay. When did you move to Los Angeles? I moved here 10 years ago. I didn't speak English. Did you take English classes in Argentina? Yeah, I did. I took classes for a year. No, I didn't. My aunt taught me at home. So now I want you to have a look at these questions and I want you to try to complete them using the past simple. So could you tell me a little about yourself? Where you born? So I'm gonna say what? Yeah, very good. Where were you born? And the rest is homework as well. Okay, let's listen for this. The next one. And try to answer the questions.
Page 3. Exercise 3. Grammar focus.
It's not so interesting.
Page 3. Exercise 4. Listening. Life as an immigrant.
Okay, yeah, I think that's it. Just a minute. Okay, yes, just listening. Life as an immigrant. Immigrant, it means a person who traveled to a country, to a new country, and he lived there. For example, I am from Egypt, and I'm going to travel to Canada, and I will live all my life in Canada. I will not come back to Egypt. So I am what? I'm an immigrant, okay? So an immigrant, a person who leaves his country and travels to a new country, and he lives there forever. So listen to interviews with two immigrants to the United States. Where are they from? They are from where? When did he or she move to the United States? What is difficult about being an immigrant? What does he or she miss the most for both of them? Johan and Oje. Okay, so listen please.
Aids. Where are they from? Yu Hong.
Where are you from originally, Yuhong?
I'm from China, from near Shanghai.
And when did you move here?
I came here after I graduated from college. That was in 1992.
And what do you do now?
I'm a transportation engineer.
I see. So you're an immigrant to the United States.
Yes, that's right.
What are some of the difficulties of being an immigrant in the US?
Oh, that's not an easy question to answer. There are so many things, really. I guess one of the biggest difficulties is that I don't have any relatives here. I mean, I have a lot of friends, but that's not the same thing. In China, on holidays or the weekend, we visit relatives. It isn't the same here.
And what do you miss the most from home?
Oh, that's easy. My mom's soup. She makes great soup. I really miss my mother's cooking.
Ajay.
Where are you from, Ajay?
I'm from India.
And when did you move to the US?
It was in 1991.
Are you studying here at the moment?
Not now. I came here as a student and graduated 2 years ago. I'm working as a computer technician.
Uh-huh. And what was it like when you first came here? Was it difficult?
Yeah, it was at times. The main difficulty I had was with the educational system. Things are very different here. Teaching methods, everything is very different from what I was used to in India.
And what do you miss the most from India?
To tell you the truth, after you're here for a while, you don't miss anything very much. But I guess the weather and my family are the things I miss. And the quality of life. The quality of life is much nicer back home, frankly speaking.
Page 3.
So after listening, let's have a look at these questions. Tell me about yourself. I don't want you to answer all the questions. Just answer one or two questions. Choose one question or two questions and answer them about yourself. Any two questions as you like. Okay? Don't forget it's in our book, okay, on the CD. Okay. Childhood memories as well. We don't need this, but I need another one. Yes. How have you changed? How have you changed, guys? Do you think that when you were young, when you were kid, it's the same like you now? You are the same? Or is there something different? Is there something changed in you? For example, did you like something but now you don't? Or vice versa? What about your, for example, let's say your body, did it change or not, for example? So how have you changed? In order to answer these questions, okay, I'm gonna explain something first. Let's move back to this. Yes, yeah. Use the to. Use the to plus verb infinitive. After use the to comes a verb, and this verb in the infinitive form. What does it mean use the to? It means you are speaking about a habit in the past, but now you stopped. A habit in the past, but now you stopped, or vice versa. So what do you mean by this? For example, when I say I used to play tennis when I was a kid, I use the to, don't forget, use the to, and then the verb infinitive. I used to play tennis when I was a child. It means now, Dalia, as an adult. I play tennis? No, it means in the past it was a habit for me. It was a past habit, but now I stopped it. No longer, I no longer play tennis. Okay? He used to smoke in high school. What does mean he used to smoke in high school? It means in high school it was a habit for him in the past, but now it means he doesn't smoke now. Don't forget after use to verb infinitive. So if you would like to speak about anything that was in the past and you stopped it now, you can use to. It's very easy and very simple. So what about the negative? How can you make the negative? It's very easy. This is verb this is verb in the past simple. So how can you make this? Yeah, didn't. Very good. So how can we make the negative? It's very easy and very simple, as we said, because it's past simple, just using didn't plus infinitive, didn't use to plus verb infinitive. So for example, for the first sentence, I didn't use to play tennis when I was a child. Okay. As a question as well, this is past simple. So did, helping verb first, and then the subject, and then the main verb. So did you use to play tennis when you were a child? Yeah, I did, or no, I didn't. I used to play, for example, basketball if I'd like to correct this information. WH question, starting with the WH word, then the helping, then the subject, then the main verb. What did you used to do when you were a child? So for example, I used to play tennis. Okay, I think it's easy and it's simple. It's not so difficult. So let's have a look now. How have you changed it? When I was a kid, I used to be very messy. Messy, it means not organized. But now I'm very neat. Neat, it means organized. I used to have a lot of hobbies, but now I don't have any free time. I didn't used to collect anything, but now I do. Collect, like collecting stamps, coins. I used to be really into fashion, but these days I'm not interested anymore. Into fashion, it means caring about fashion, colors, and so on. I never used to play sports, but now I like to keep fit. Okay, I never used to worry about money, but now I do. I didn't used to follow politics, but now I read the newspaper every day. When I was younger, I used to care a lot about my appearance. Now I'm too busy to care how I look. Which one of these is true about you guys? Which one is really true about yourself? For me, for example, for Dalia, I can say number 6. I never used to worry about not money, but now I do. For example, okay, this is for me. What about you? Which one is correct for you? This is your homework. You are going to choose one that is correct for you. Okay? Now, use the to. So what is meant by used to? Again, used to refer to something that you regularly did in the past but don't do anymore. I used to be very messy, but now I'm very neat. And the question and so on. Okay? Okay, let's see the examples. In elementary school, I used to what? For example, I used to study a lot. What about you? I used to be what, but I am not anymore. What? When I was a kid, I used to play. I didn't used to. After school, my best friend I used to. My parents never used to. I want you to choose one sentence and complete it. Homework as well. Choose any sentence from number 1 to number 6 and complete the spaces. Okay, this is your homework as well. Okay. Again, used to. When I was a child, I used to play. I didn't used to have a bike. I didn't used to study very hard. Okay, this is true about any person. Okay, about your, okay, no. Now let's move on to this. Childhood memories. I forgot to write this. Okay. Okay. It's homework, yes. It's about your childhood memories. When you were a child. What were you good at? You are going to make the question and the answer. When you were a child, what were you good at? I was good at English, let's say. What were you bad at? I was bad at, let's say, at what? History or geography, for example. What was your favorite toy? What was the toy that you like? What was your favorite hobby? Who was your favorite teacher? What was your favorite film? Were you a good child? How big was your house? Where was your favorite place? Who was your favorite actor or singer? What was your favorite book? So you are going to try to answer these questions as homework. Okay? Translation. You are going to try to translate these two sentences from Arabic to English. Okay? They are easy. They are not so difficult. Globalization, عولمة. Optimism, التفاؤل. Okay? Business, we are going to do this together. As homework as well, we are going to answer from page 1 to page 6. And don't forget, guys, we are in book 2. Book 2 في الworkbook or worksheet. It starts from the second half. يعني هيبقى نص الكتاب بالظبط. هتلاقوا page 1 time to remember. التايتل بتاعها هيبقى time to remember. So as not to forget. Time to remember. From page 1 to page 6. Number 2, tell us about a funny or embarrassing or frightening situation that happened to you, or talk about your childhood. You are going to choose just one of them to talk about. Tell us any situation that happened to you. Do you remember any situation that happened to you in the past and it was funny, or it was frightening, or you were angry, for example? Or you can talk about your childhood. It's up to you. You can choose whatever you like. Okay? Okay, I think I give you the short stories before. Okay, Lee, so I'm not gonna repeat it. Well, I think that's it. No more. So again, our topic was about the childhood. We have taken some words about childhood, and we have taken how to speak about dates, okay, and the months of the year, and the preposition that we can use, the difference between the American and the British English in dates, okay, and how can we use the ordinal or cardinal numbers. Okay, we have taken how to use used to, okay, about the past habits. Okay, so I think that's it. This is the end of our lecture today. Hopefully you understood what we said today, and if you didn't get anything, it's okay, you can ask. Thank you and have a good day, all of you. Bye and see you.